Credential stuffing. If you work in healthcare cybersecurity, you've probably heard the term, but how big of a deal is it really? Well, let's put it this way. Cybercriminals only need one password reuse mistake to get inside your systems. And if that happens, the consequences aren't just technical headaches. We are talking about fines, legal action, and worst of all, compromised patient data. Now here's how this works. Hackers get their hands on stolen credentials, usernames, and passwords from data breaches. These credentials are everywhere, traded on dark web forums like secondhand goods. The attackers then use bots to test those credentials on various sites, hoping people have reused the same login information. And let's face it, password reuse is common. Studies suggest that anywhere between 60 to 80% of people reuse passwords across multiple accounts. So when attackers get a hit, they now have unauthorized access to sensitive information, including protected health information, or PHI. Now, healthcare organizations are prime targets because their data is incredibly valuable. Medical records fetch a much higher price on the black market than credit card numbers. Unlike a stolen credit card that can be canceled, a medical record contains everything: social security numbers, insurance details, and even treatment history. Now, that's why credential stuffing attacks in healthcare aren't just a nuisance. They are a major risk to patient privacy and regulatory compliance. Now, what about prevention? Because while credential stuffing is an automated attack, defending against it doesn't have to be complicated. First, education. Employees and users need to understand that they shouldn't use their work emails to log into third-party websites. This creates a direct tie of password information back to the organization that they work for. Second, unique passwords. It sounds obvious, but it's still one of the best defenses. Every account should have a strong, unique password. Secure password managers can help you achieve this. Third, multi-factor authentication. A stolen password is useless if attackers also need a one-time code from a user's phone, for example. And fourth, monitoring login activity. Unusual access attempts, like multiple failed logins from different locations, should raise red flags and trigger a response. The consequences of neglecting these steps can be expensive. Fines for HIPAA violations can reach in the millions. In a recent case, a healthcare organization faced 7-figure penalties for credential stuffing breaches that happened in 2018. Beyond the financial penalties, breaches damage trust. Patients rely on healthcare providers to protect their data. A single credential stuffing attack can erode trust in an instant. Similar attack methods like password spraying and brute force attacks are equally dangerous. Hackers know human behavior well. They're going to try common passwords, things like password 123 or spring 2024. They're going to trick users into handing over credentials through phishing. They're going to use malware to steal login information straight from an infected device. Every organization handling sensitive data needs to be on guard for these techniques. So what is today's takeaway? Cybersecurity isn't just for the IT department. It's an employee's responsibility too. Credential stuffing thrives on human habits. Attackers bank on people reusing passwords and skipping two-factor authentication. But when organizations make security a priority, when they enforce strong password policies, implement multi-factor authentication, and train employees on threats, they shut down one of the most common attack methods out there. This isn't just about compliance, it's about staying ahead of cybercriminals who are always looking for the easiest way in. Because at the end of the day, they only need to be right once. We need to be right every time. Now, thank you for joining today's episode. We'll see you in the next one.